This is a stunning lack of accountability for your franchise quarterback and the highest paid guy on the team. Tua has a real tendency, in my opinion, especially in games where he has played poorly, to let everybody else know how many other people aren't doing their jobs well. And I don't like it at all. And I can't believe he goes to the podium and he's like, hey, we have these player-only meetings, and our player leadership, it needs to do a better job at buddy, if you're not the player leader, number one, who is? And so people looked at this as if it were a shot at McDaniel, and maybe it was. In my opinion, Tua owes 90% of that contract to Mike McDaniel, but set that aside. He's talking about player-only meetings, and he's airing it out after a game where he throws 3 picks. I think that's stunning. I think it's stunning.
I do agree that him saying, we have these players-only meetings, guys don't show up or they're late, that is an indictment of him.
Yes.
Because you're the leader. If you're saying, guys, we're going to have a player-only meeting and half the team shows up, that's on you. So it does put his leadership in question. Secondly, look, I think Mahomes could say this. I don't think he would, because Mahomes always puts it on himself, even when he's not to blame. Or Lamar or Josh, they could say it. I don't think any of them would say this.
Correct.
But you definitely can't say this after you threw 3 interceptions. You can't say this after against New England. You're driving late, down 3 in the fourth quarter. You throw an interception that kind of ends the game. You can't say this after against Buffalo. You got a chance to win. You're driving late. You throw the interception that ends the game. Like, the reason those guys aren't showing up for his players-only meetings or they're late is from the outside looking in, it looks like they don't respect him because you're the one making these bad plays, and yet you're calling us out. He needs to just go up there and say, look, even if even if you feel like other guys are to blame, look, I got to be better. I threw 3 interceptions. It's on me. It starts and ends with me. I got to be better. Leave it at that.
Yeah, usually the players-only meeting is a symptom of an organization that has some sickness, that has some problems, that has some issues. So then the players, the thought process is we'll get together, kind of hash it out, have total honesty. But now when you're having multiple players-only meetings, that's real problematic. And then when people aren't showing up to the multiple player-only meetings, then we create a layer of problems. And then part of player-only meetings is to not have the coaches or the support staff there so that things can be private and in-house. So now you're taking the fundamental element of that and bringing it out into the media to call out everybody. None of it's good. None of it's good. It's not good for the coaches. It's not good for the players. It's not good for Tua. And unfortunately, this is heading down a path where there's probably going to be massive organizational change, I would imagine.
Last year, he fumbled a snap. It led to a safety. He goes to the press conference, says the center could have had a better snap. This year, he throws a pick, and he's like, Tyreek knows I can't throw it that far. That's on him. The guys aren't showing up for player leadership council meetings, of which he is the main player leader, and he's like, guys need to do a better job. It's all public, by the way. This isn't like it's being reported. He is standing at the podium doing this as the highest paid guy on the team and one of the lowest performing quarterbacks of any quarterback that's gotten a second contract of anyone in the league right now. It's outrageous.
And you're selling out everybody.
It's outrageous.
Players.
A former player, he was just a practice squad guy 3 years ago with the Dolphins, came out and said Tua was actually late for a team.
And if that's the case, that to me is more of an indictment. I do think Mike McDaniel might run a loose ship. I do think that. But I also think that Tua has, because everyone, I think, respects the fact of what he has gone through and overcome and the danger he's put himself in by continuing to play, he has gotten kind of a kid glove treatment on, bro, you consistently throw your teammates under the bus in a way that wouldn't be acceptable if you were great. It is certainly not acceptable when you are a major part of the problem.
Breaking news. Even though he's only 500, he is a Super Bowl champ and MVP, and he's trying to put another trophy in his trophy case. Mahomes now has the best odds to win MVP, according to our friends in Las Vegas. But does he appear on the only ballot that counts on this show, which is Brew's ballot? Brew?
Bunch of new faces.
Wow.
Bunch of new faces. All right.
I'm nervous.
Number 5, Bijan.
Wow, I love
I
it.
like a non-quarterback.
He
like it
is.
too.
I almost threw Nick Benito on there too.
Wow.
Yeah, I almost threw him on there. Just regrets about that, but he's on pace, right? He's only played 5 games. He's leading the league in yards from scrimmage, on pace to break the record, and he's got essentially a rookie quarterback that he's getting this done with. And so he's the focal point of that offense that's making
He's
them click.
averaging 70 receiving yards.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
incredible.
Yeah.
And he's 3rd in the league in rushing, so incredible.
I love it.
All right, at number 4, Sam Darnold.
One of my guys. I'll take it.
Oh, now he's one of your guys.
He's on the ballot.
Now he's one of your
He
guys.
kind of has been one of Wild's guys.
Yes,
for a
but
while.
he tried to
But
deny
he's kind
it.
of dumped him.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Brew and I
mean,
kept
he's-
calling him Wild's guy. He's like, I'm not a Sam Darnold guy. I just like 14 wins and 4,300 yards.
He was
Everybody
a Sam
knows
Darnold
that.
guy for a while.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
don't expect him to stay on this all year, but right now I can't deny him. He's balling. All right, at number 3, Patrick.
Wow. I love it.
Mahomes in the big, and I get it. The Ravens might not look like a big game now. It was
In
a
the
big
moment
game
it
then. He had
was.
4
They were 1 and
touchdowns,
2.
3 passing, 1 rushing. And then, of course, just against Detroit, 4 touchdowns.
All these guys
getting
were not
better as
ranked.
he's getting guys back. I know, it's a whole different. Wild, you gotta love it. Drake
Oh,
May.
I thought it was a trick. He was so enthusiastic. I'm like, I'm definitely getting tricked. I tried to say stone face.
Here's why. Look, here's why. Despite the resurgence from Stephon Diggs, he really doesn't have great weapons. He's making Kayshon Boutte like a household
All
name.
pro, yeah.
I mean, like the run game, he's almost their leading rusher. He's got like 19 yards less than Ramondre Stevenson,
Love it.
who we know has had the fumble. So May is like the
All these
driving
guys
force
were
between this
unranked. I
run.
like it.
And then the first one, obviously, Baker Mayfield.
I love
That's
that
the
it's
only one
obvious.
from last year, last week. So
Can I ask you
yeah.
a question? Any thought for everyone's All-American, Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, and
Or
he was on
Daniel
there.
Jones?
Yeah. I mean, I thought both of them were in strong, and I still have Goff. Right now, Goff's leading the league with 14 touchdown passes, so was in consideration too.
Like I like Drake May on the ballot, but I think you're getting a little influenced
You'd
by
have to
Wild.
tell me.
Again, well, I don't
Going
expect
that-
him.
Don't
get
I
me
don't
wrong, Mahomes
expect him
had
to
him.
stay there either.
Mahomes has won half his games.
Wouldn't you say, Coach? Look at like what the help he has. I get Josh McDaniels
Coaching.
and
Coach is
Vrabel and all
gonna say
that,
coach.
but I'm talking about
Matt Jones went
weapons.
to the Pro Bowl with Josh McDaniels. I'm just saying.
All the guys on there have better weapons than him.
That part's definitely true. Well,
So-
Bijan is the weapon. Can't wait.
Quick episode of Weird and Wonderful to send you on home. Falcons up on the Bills.
You got to
14-7.
make that tackle.
Well, he's one of the
I
most
get it. He's
dynamic
great.
players in NFL history, bro.
You got to make that tackle. I'm playing in the league with you. I got to make that tackle. I'm sorry. That's what Coach was
Or at
talking
the
about.
here's the thing.
That's one of the things
you
Coach was
don't
talking about.
even, and that's one of the
Or push him
weird
out.
spots
Push him out.
where you don't have to wrap him up. All you have to do is just hit
Push
him.
him out, right?
You're
right. That
you know
would've
what I
been
mean?
yep,
you
would've
just
had a
hit him
better
and the
chance to
play's
do that.
over. Like
Yep.
that was usually you want to wrap him up, but he's on the sideline.
238 yards from scrimmage. He's on pace to break Chris Johnson's
Yeah.
record. We're Dodgers Brewers scoreless, but LA has the bases loaded. Muncy drives this one to the fence. This is not caught. It ends up going down in your scorebook if you're keeping track of the game like my grandfather with a pencil. It's just a ground ball to center field, so that's a force out at center. Then Will Smith doesn't run.
Round ball. They got to come up with a better rule.
Well, what was it? It wasn't a fly.
It was an error.
An error.
It hit him in the web of
A
his
base
glove. Not
running?
the web, but
Wait,
right
you're
in the
calling-
lead of
you're
his
It's not
saying
an
what the
error, it's an
center
out.
fielder did was an error?
Nothing went
It's a
wrong.
double
It's a
play.
double play. It can't be an error.
Brew, that's one of that. Brew, take it back. It's your
He
worst
should
take.
have caught the ball.
If you,
right.
by the way, if he'd have
he
caught the
should've
ball,
caught the
they'd have
ball.
scored.
Yeah.
So you saying it was better that he didn't catch
Yes,
it?
definitely. He's got a double play and no run scored. It wasn't on purpose.
No, but it worked.
But
out.
it objectively was ideal.
8-6-2 double play.
Should have been an out. Should have been a fly out.
Final wonderful. Jaden great play, great catch of the day, Nick was saying. I said that's something they use in fish places. That doesn't.
You know where there's a great fish market?
Where? Wow, Seattle. That's a great point.
Wow. We really tied the whole show together there. I mean, if that doesn't get us the Emmy nom, I don't know
really
what it
should. If I had like your slippery, just not like Jane Daniels. Whoop.
Yeah, there
You always catch it with newspaper.
Yeah.
Throw that fish to me. Just for the record, just hand me the fish, okay? Okay. Why don't you wrap it up?
Big day for Danny Parkins. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.